and fun.
With boldness let us approach the throne of grace, that we may receive mercy and find grace as the time we know. Hallelujah.
In the name of the Father, and of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
The grace of our Lord Jesus Christ, and the love of God, and the communion of the Holy Spirit be with you all.
And with your spirit.
Brothers and sisters, let us acknowledge our sins and so prepare ourselves to celebrate the sacred mystery. I confess,
Almighty God, and to you, my brothers and sisters, that I have greatly sinned in my thoughts and in my words, in what I have done and in what I have failed to do, through my fault, through my most grievous fault. Therefore I ask Blessed Mary, ever Virgin, all the angels and saints, and you, my brothers and sisters, to pray for me to the Lord our God.
now, my God, have mercy on us, forgive us our sins, and bring us to everlasting life.
Amen.
Lord, have mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
Christ, have mercy.
Christ, have mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
Lord, have mercy.
Let us pray. May your spirit of love, we pray, imbue us powerfully with spiritual gifts, that we may give us a mind pleasing to you, and graciously conform us to your will. Through our Lord Jesus Christ, your Son, who lives and reigns with you in the unity of the Holy Spirit, one God, forever and ever.
Amen.
A reading from the Acts of the Apostles. Wishing to determine the truth about why Paul was being accused by the Jews, the commander freed him and ordered the chief priests and the whole Sanhedrin to convene. Then he brought Paul down and made him stand before them. Paul was aware that some were Sadducees and some were Pharisees, so he called out before the Sanhedrin, "My brothers, I am a Pharisee, the son of Pharisees. I am on trial for hope in the resurrection of the dead." When he said this, a dispute broke out between the Pharisees and the Sadducees, and the group became divided. For the Sadducees said there is no resurrection or angels or spirits, while the Pharisees acknowledged all three. A great uproar occurred, and some scribes belonging to the Pharisee party stood up and sharply argued, "We find nothing wrong with this man. Suppose a spirit or an angel had spoken to him." The dispute was so serious that the commander, afraid that Paul would be torn to pieces by them, ordered his troops to go down and rescue Paul from their midst and take him into the compound. The following night the Lord stood by him and said, "Take courage, for just as you have been borne witness to my cause in Jerusalem, so you must bear witness in Rome." The word of the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope.
Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope.
Keep me, O Lord, for in you I take refuge. I say to the Lord, "My Lord are you." O Lord, my allotted portion and my cup. You it is who hold fast my lot.
Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope.
I bless the Lord who counsels me. Even in the night my heart exhorts me. I set the Lord ever before me. With him at my right hand I shall not be disturbed.
Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope.
Therefore my heart is glad and my soul rejoices. My body too abides in confidence, because because you will not abandon my soul to the netherworld, nor will you suffer your faithful one to undergo corruption.
Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope.
You will show me the path to life, fullness of joy in your presence, and delights at your right hand forever.
Keep me safe, O God, you are my hope.
Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia.
Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia.
May they all be one as far as you, Father, and me, and I in you, and I in you, that the world may believe that you sent me, says the Lord.
Alleluia, alleluia, alleluia.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit,
A reading from the Holy Gospel according to John.
glory to you, O Lord.
Lifting up his eyes to heaven, Jesus prayed, saying, I pray not only for these, but also for those who will believe in me through their word, so that they may all be one, as you, Father, are in me and I in you, that they also may be in us, that the world may believe that you sent me. And I have given them the glory you gave me, so that they may be one, as we are one, I and them, and you and me, that they may be brought to perfection as one, that the world may know that you sent me, and that they loved them even as you loved me. Father, they are your gift to me. I wish that where I am, they also may be with me, that they may see my glory that you gave me, because you loved me before the foundation of the world. Righteous Father, the world also does not know you, but I know you, and they know that you sent me. I made known to them your name, and will make it known, that the love with which you loved me may be in them, and I in them. The Gospel of the Lord.
Praise to you, Lord Jesus Christ.
The Gospel today, the phrase that comes to mind is game recognizes game. If you've ever heard that phrase before. The context I've heard that is like a great basketball player can recognize the greatness of another basketball player. Right? Game recognizes game. And it brings also to mind the reality that Paul is speaking to his own people. You know, he was a Pharisee before his conversion. He claims to still be a Pharisee. And he is standing there with Pharisees and Sadducees, and he's witnessing to the truth. And the Pharisees are like, we see no fault in him. I see where you're going there, Paul. I gotcha, right? And the Sadducees are like, and then of course the Sadducees are the opposition. And in the reality that there's only one truth. And we as Catholics believe that the fullness of truth is Jesus Christ. But each Each faith, religion, world religions throughout the world has some element of truth. You know, our separated brethren, our brothers and sisters in Christ who are not Catholic, our Protestant brothers and sisters, they have an element of the truth as well. I mean, those who profess to follow Jesus Christ, they're more in line with the truth than most groups throughout the world. But the reality of recognizing the truth within everything and accepting and saying, okay, we may not be on board for everything, but I can acknowledge that this truth, this aspect of truth that you stand for. And I want to affirm that, even if I can't affirm or agree with everything else. I remember I watched a video on Fulton Sheen from the Venerable Fulton Sheen when his Life is Worth Living series, and he had an episode on that. How to distinguish, how to interact with other world religions and other groups. And that was his end level. That was his baseline. Like, there is an element of truth in everything. And how can we come together in that common belief in truth? And when you can find that common ground, by the grace of God, you have something to build upon. To win over the hearts and minds of those who you encounter, so that in bearing witness to the truth, those all may come to a deeper awareness and acceptance of the truth. Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation, for through your goodness we have received bread and milk, fruit of the earth, the work of human hands, you become for us the bread of life.
Blessed be God forever.
Blessed are you, Lord God of all creation, for through your goodness we have received the wine milk, fruit of the vine, work of human hands, you become our spiritual drink.
Blessed be God forever.
Pray, brethren, that my sacrifice and yours may be acceptable to God and Almighty Father.
May the Lord accept the sacrifice of your hands for the praise and glory of his name, for for our good and the good of all His holy church.
Graciously sanctify these gifts, O Lord, we pray, and accepting the oblation of this spiritual sacrifice, make us an eternal offering to you, through Christ our Lord.
Amen.
The Lord be with you.
And with your spirit,
Lift up your hearts.
we lift them up to the Lord.
Let us give thanks to the Lord our God.
It is right and just.
It is truly right and just, our duty and our salvation, always and everywhere to give you thanks, Lord, Holy Father, Almighty and eternal God, through Christ our Lord. For after his resurrection, he plainly appeared to all his disciples, and was taken up to heaven in their sight, that he might make us sharers in his divinity. Therefore, come and pass with joy. Every land and every people exults in your praise, and even the heavenly powers with the angelic hosts sing together the unending hymn of your glory, as they acclaim.
Holy, holy, holy Lord, God of hosts, heaven and earth are full of your glory. Hosanna in the highest. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest.
You are indeed holy, Lord, the fount of all holiness. Make holy, therefore, these gifts, we pray, by sending down your Spirit upon them like the dew fall, so that they may become for us the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ. At the time he was betrayed and entered willingly into his passion, he took bread and, giving thanks, broke it, and gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take this, all of you, and eat it, for this is my body, which will be given up for you." In a similar way, when supper was ended, he took the chalice, and once more giving thanks, he gave it to his disciples, saying, "Take this, all of you, and drink. For this is the chalice of my blood, the blood of the new and eternal covenant, which will be poured out for you and for many in the forgiveness of sins. Do this in memory of me." The mystery of faith. Save us.
Savior of the world, for by your cross and resurrection, you have set us free.
Therefore, Lord, as we celebrate the memorial of his death and resurrection, we offer you, Lord, the bread of life and the chalice of salvation, giving thanks that you have held us worthy to be in your presence and minister to you. Humbly we pray that, partaking in the body and blood of Christ, we may be gathered into one by the Holy Spirit. Remember, Lord, your church spread throughout the world, and bring her into the fullness of charity, together with Francis our Pope and Carl our Bishop and all the clergy. Remember also our brothers and sisters who have fallen asleep in the hope of the resurrection, and all who have died in your mercy. Welcome them into the light of your face. Have mercy on us all, we pray, that with the Blessed Virgin Mary, Mother of God, and the Blessed Joseph, her spouse, and the blessed apostles, and all the saints who have pleased you throughout the ages, we may merit to be co-heirs to eternal life, and may praise and glorify you through your Son, Jesus Christ. Through him, and with him, and in him, O God, Almighty Father, in the unity of the Holy Spirit, all glory and honor is yours, forever and ever.
Amen.
At the Savior's command, informed by my teaching, we dare to say,
Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation,
peace and the Lord be with you always.
And with your spirit.
Lamb of God.
You take away the sins of the world. Have mercy on us. Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world. Have mercy on us. Lamb of God, you take away the sins of the world. Grant us peace.
Behold the Lamb of God. Behold him who takes away the sins of the world. Blessed are those called to the supper of the Lamb.
Lord, I am not worthy that you should enter my room, but only say the word, and my soul shall be healed.
May the mysteries we have received, O Lord, we pray, enlighten us by the instruction they bring, and restore us through our participation in them, that they may merit the gifts of the Spirit. Through Christ our Lord.
Amen.